Friday. Welcome back to another, well, not another, a first ever Skytear Horde Monolith live stream. Hope everyone is doing well at the final day of the week. We're playing a new game. Now, this game was provided to me by the publisher, so all of the legal stuff, I am disclosing that now. This game is a review copy. Cool. And this is really cool. I've been learning this game over the last week. It is the first time I've played it. I have not played it before. They sent me the copy and I played it 6 times yesterday. It's very, very quick. It's very snappy. It's a great little, I mean, you could probably set it up from box to finish in under 30 minutes. It's fun. It's a tower defense kind of lane. It feels like a tower defense. I'm not 100% sure if it is a tower defense. It's more of a lane battling type system, but it's fun. It's very, very fun. So what we're going to do is we're gonna go through. We're gonna at least play. I'm thinking we're gonna get 2 games in. So we're gonna play 1 game, and we're gonna kind of go through the rules, talk through the decisions, and how everything works. Because if you're like me, it's a newer game for you as well. But yeah, as we're going through, make sure you ask questions, or if there's anything that you're curious about, let me know. I have on YouTube linked the game below, and on Twitch you can use the command game to find the information. They also have a crowdfunding campaign going on right now over on GameFound for Skytear campaign, where I almost called it legacy. I think it's campaign, where you can get all of this stuff. The one thing that I do wish that I have now playing it a couple times is they have a really nice playmat, which will become apparent on why you want that very quickly. But you can also get the game on their website, but they do have new content on GameFound right now. So, cheers. The game here is we are playing a faction. In this case, we're playing the red faction, and I will say I'm not great at pronouncing a lot of these names. So, the Kuromo faction, the red faction, there are 3 factions in the that's not supposed to be there in the monolith game. So there is Skytear Horde, then there's Skytear Horde Monoliths. This is the newer version. There's a couple of updated rules, and from what I was learning on my uh research while learning the game, it seems like a lot of the rules are very good changes. So basically, we're playing a faction, and we are trying to take out the portal where they're spawning all these monsters. The monsters are going to be attacking our castle. We have to destroy the outsider, and this is the outsider that we have chosen for this game, the purple circle. The purple circle. We have to destroy the outsider before they destroy our castle. Our castle starts with 20 health. That's tracked with this marker here. You see 10, and then this is plus 10. You'll flip this over once you get down to 10 health. So that's how we have to do this. And then we have to destroy the purple circle, which has 9 health. But the purple circle is not coming out until we at least attack the first stage of the portal. Now, the portal is what is going to be bringing in our monsters. This is set up based on the player count. So there's solo, there's cooperative, and then there's a competitive mode. So it does go up to 3 players. Looking at it, I think the competitive or the cooperative mode would be pretty interesting. Focus. Yeah. I think it would be pretty interesting. Solo, it runs so smooth. So we're using the solo here. This is going to determine kind of how many cards the enemy is going to be using each round, as well as how much mana we get. So down there at the bottom left, we're getting 4 mana every single turn, and then once we deal 6 damage in the bottom right, we get to progress on to the next stage. And the destroyed effect here, reinforce 2, we'll talk about that when we get to it. And we place the outsider on the bottom, the outsider title. That is what is going to bring the outsider out. Once the outsider is out, then we can start battling them. We are going to be playing units into one of these 6 spaces. So there's 6 spaces here. Yeah, that's pretty easy to see. And so you can play here. You are going to be attacking in your lane. So if you had a enemy here, they would deal damage to each other. Or if they are not opposed, so these minions would hit my castle directly, and I would hit the portal directly if they are unopposed. The decks play very differently, and the modularity is pretty significant. So every single there are 6 castles in the game, in the base game, in the monolith base game, 2 for each of the classes. Now there is a yellow class that came in one of the mini expansions, and I have not played them. I've only played the blue and the red faction at this point. So you can choose. These are going to dictate your deck building requirements. We are playing precons today, but on the back, each one of these is going to have a deck building. Each one of these has a unique ability. The one that we're playing with today, or at least first, is the Crafter's District. So it says that we can exhaust, discard an attachment from your hand, and pay its mana cost, summon a troop token with the same attack as its cost. So it's a way to kind of get units out. The red faction has a lot of attachments, and so it's a way to kind of switch those attachments into units, because sometimes you need some units. So those are going to be the different and all of the asymmetric powers you have. And then like here's the green precon deck. And they're going to play differently. Then you have different outsiders. So where did I put those? Here. So you can choose different outsiders. They're going to have different abilities based on what you're running. And then you choose a different I'm not 100%. I don't recall exactly. Oh, these are hordes. Yeah. Skytear Horde. So like we're playing the Slitherers for this first round. So these are the Slitherers. You can see that by their sub name, the Pitmouth Monster Slitherer. So that's what we got going there. So that's another deck that you can sub in and out to different things. And so you can kind of see there's just a significant amount of customization that you can do for this game. Let's I think let's kind of just dive into it. So yeah, why not, right? I think that's enough of an overview. So let's jump into the actual gameplay. And again, ask questions as we're going through because it's fun. Okay. So we're going to shuffle up all of our decks. We start with 20 health based on our castle, and then we are just going to track it damage to the portal with our tokens here. So we'll use that. At the start of the game, we're going to add 1 health to each one of these minions. Now the minions are special enemies. The minions are going to be out here. They're actually not going to be attacking us directly. They're going to be pillaging us if they are not engaged, because you can lose a different way as well. So you can lose either by reducing your castle's health to 0, or if you run out of cards in your deck. Sorry, Nelson just got here. Is this meant to be a solo game? Yes, it is solo. It's 1 to 3 players. So it's I think it's mainly meant to be a solo game. I think the cooperative, the 2-player version would be pretty interesting, and then there's a competitive 3-player version. But I think everyone, at least what I've seen online, the solo is kind of the best way to play the game. And yeah, I agree. I really like it. So this will be my 7th play. So we have the minions. At the end of the round, any minions that are in here or that have the pillager trait will mill cards off the top of your deck based on their attack. So let's look at one of these minions. These minions are pretty they are all the same, except cards will interact with different minions. Yeah, anytime one. So each one of the cards is going to look exactly like this with a different name. So this is the Yetar minions. This is an epic monster minion. So it gets +1 attack for each health. And so right now they have 1 health. That's part of setup. And we're going to add actually a little bit more based on the outsider that we are playing. So they get 1 attack for each health on them. And then if they have 4 or more attack, they gain trample. Think overkill if you are familiar with Marvel Champions, right? So any excess damage is going to hit our castle. And then pillager, meaning that it's going to mill the top card of our deck. So we can engage those, we can attack them, and that's how we're going to try and stop the slow bleed of our mill deck. Yep. So our purple circle I love saying that. Our purple circle right here. This is at the top of the game, or at the top, we have reinforce 3 at the start of the game. Reinforce is a keyword, and what I will say is that the rulebook has a really nice glossary of all the keywords. And so this is within reach right now. But reinforce, we're gonna choose a minion with the lowest health and add a health token to it. And then each time we do that, we're going to reinforce 3. We're effectively reinforcing 1 3 times. So we're not adding 3 health. Now we're going to check because it's always to the lowest. And so now they have 2 attack, 2 health, and then 1 attack, 1 health over here. We're going to draw our opening hand. I think I've already kind of shuffled, but here we are. I draw our opening hand. It's 5 cards. It's Arkham Horror Mulligan rules. So if we don't like any of the cards, we set them aside, draw back up to 5, and then we'll shuffle in all the other cards, which is nice when this is our health. And so let's look at some of these cards. We got the Butterfly Shadow. This is a unit. You can tell it's a unit because it's called an ally. It's also got health and attack values down in the bottom. The upper left hand corner is the cost. Now we're going to be paying that with mana, and the amount of mana that we get every single round is dictated by the portal stage. So that bottom left +4 right there. When we defeat, we're actually going to, if we defeat it once, we're going to get +6 on subsequent turns. So 3 cost ally. We can, after it moves, it gets 1 temporary defense. And then you may swap any temporary defense on a Butterfly Shadow with a temporary attack when it does fight. And so there's a couple of things that allies can do. You're playing them in lanes, and you can exhaust them to move lanes. And so like if Butterfly Shadow is here, I can exhaust it to move it to another lane. It still will attack, still will do everything. Exhaust in this game, I had to, there was one of those mental hurdles to jump over. Exhaust in this game, they're still fighting, they're still defending, they're still doing all of that. Exhaust basically is a cost that you have to pay to do a lot of the actions in the game, but not fight. So if it's here and you want to move it, you can exhaust it, move here, and then it's going to get temporary. We got Master of the Forge. This is a 4-cost ally. When we play it, you may discard a card to draw a card. Exhaust, reduce the cost of the next attachment you play this turn by 1. So there's another one of those exhaust cost. It's a 3/5. Got the Manta Shadow. Look at the top card of the Horde deck. You may discard it. Are we getting all allies? We got a lot of allies. We got Master of the Forge again. And then we got a new card type. We're missing 2 card types actually, but this Armored Tower. So Armored towers are they take up unit slots. They're not units, but they would go into one of the 6 slots that you have open, and they are just abilities. Any minion here is considered undefended, but they are taking up a slot, but they're going to give you cool abilities. So this one says you can exhaust, pay 1 mana, or deal 2 damage to the castle to put 1 health on Armored Tower. Then we can exhaust, remove 1 health, deal 1 damage to up to 2 different monsters. So it's kind of like this like archery tower type thing. I really like this card. We're gonna keep that. We're going to keep let's keep Butterfly Shadows, and let's keep a Master of the Forge. So we're gonna draw 2 more cards. We got a another ally. This is a 4-cost 3/4 heroic 2. Heroic means that heroic X is whenever you have damage, you get +X, where X is the heroic value. So if this ally is damaged, they would get 5 attack. And there's one of our attachments right there. So that is a Punisher Blade. So 2 cost gives +2 attack. Attached ally gets +2 attack and fight. This ally and a monster within 1 lane may strike each other. So you can hit diagonal lanes if you would like. These get shuffled back in. And just like that, we're kind of ready to start the game. The first thing that you do, and I do have my cheat sheets over here, with any new card game, right? You have to keep your cheat sheets close. So the first thing that you do is Horde phase, and that's what we're going to go through, we're going to look, and we're going to gain mana. So we're going to get 4 mana. We're going to hop up there. Summon cards from the Horde deck. Now we're going to look here. Now, if you see whatever number is pointed to the north, so we got a 1, that's how many cards we're going to draw. And then the next step is to rotate. So next turn it will be 2. So the Horde deck here, we're going to draw 1 card. It's the Pit Mouth. Play fight. There's no ally beneath the Pit Mouth. Remove the engaged ally from play and place it beneath Pit Mouth. Destroyed. Return all cards beneath Pit Mouth to the leftmost empty lane. So they always will summon in the leftmost lane, and then we're filling up. So that's annoying because fight actions take place before you fight, and so now this thing is going to hit us. So yeah. What we could do is, because we have this Punisher Blade, we could actually drop a unit here and kind of attack across if we wanted to. That could be kind of fun. First thing though, we're gonna play an armored tower. Now, because we go left to right, I'm actually gonna drop the armored tower. You can play in any lane that you want. The hordes always come from left to right, but you can play in any open lane. We're gonna drop the armored tower over here. Yeah, because if we're over here, we're in trouble. We'll go ahead and yeah, I forgot to rotate. I always forget to rotate this. Hello, how's it going, Jeremiah? How you doing? Okay, so now we are in the alliance phase. We're playing alliance cards or use exhaust abilities. We can do this in any order. The exhaust abilities, we can exhaust an ally to move it. We can exhaust 2 allies to switch spaces. We can exhaust an ally to engage a minion, which pulls them out, so they won't be pillaging, but they will be attacking. I think what we want to do is we will go ahead and exhaust here. We're going to actually take 2 damage to add a health. It's effectively a counter to our armored tower. So next turn we can do some ping damage. I do want to be able to play the Punisher Blade. You carry mana over from round to round, and so I'm thinking if we can play a Master of the Phage, or Master of the Forge, Master of the Phage, reduce the cost of the next attachment you play by 1. And so we could use 5 mana to play the Punisher Blade on the Master of the Forge, which means that we want to keep 1 mana. We'll spend 3 to play the Butterfly Shadows. I'm going to play the Butterfly Shadows here. I don't want to take, if I play it under the Pit Mouth, then they will deal damage. We could use the Butterfly Shadows to move over here, but they would just get taken. We could exhaust to engage one of these minions, which is what I'm going to do. I think, so this is where the risk starts to show and how you have to kind of make these decisions. One of the first things that you do before you fight is you're going to flip the top card of the deck, and it's either going to have an instant effect, think Shadow or Boost cards from Lord of the Rings Marvel Champions. It's going to have a boost effect, or it's going to give either the leftmost or the rightmost minion or monster a bonus to their attack. So with a 3/3 here, if we draw and we get the rightmost minion to get an extra attack, we do trade, which is sad. The other cool thing about this game, you only draw cards when you defeat monsters. That's the only time you'll draw cards, or a card effect. But I am going to go ahead and I'm going to engage. We're going to take the risk. Jeremiah, for a long moment, I thought I was just looking at one part of the game area. I just realized Skytear Horde is not Skytear with minis. Yeah. Yep. It's a card-based battling system. Yeah. So we got we're gonna engage these minions here. Alrighty. So we will move into the treachery phase. We're gonna resolve the treachery. It is going to give these minions a +1 attack. So this sword icon on the card on the right where my thumb is, that's either going to be on the left or the right side of the card. The right side of the card for this right, left side for this left. So there we go. You resolve the combats from left to right. So the pit mouth is undefended, so they will hit our castle directly. The fight, um, they're not engaged, so we're fine. Okay. Any fight effects here, and then damage is done simultaneously, and so 3 damage will be done to the butterfly shadows, and then also damage will be done here. We can get rid of this now that we know what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and you set these aside. They will go back into play. I did defeat them, so I get to draw a card. We got Boots of Flash play. We get to ready the attached ally. The attached ally gains uh, as an action during the treachery phase. We can move this ally to a free lane. So, and then no more combat. Now we're gonna move into the pillage phase. So we're gonna look at the attack of everything up here. So we've got 2, 4, 5 because their attack is equal to their health. That's how many cards we're gonna mill off the top of our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There's some like legendary champions in here, and I really don't want to miss those because I want them. And we'll ready everything. And we will move on to the next round. Now we are summoning 2 from the Horde deck this round. That's awful. Gain mana, we're gonna get 4 to go up to 5. First card is a Spore Star. This is a monster. Distribute 3 negative, or this is when you destroy it. Distribute 3 permanent negative attack modifiers amongst allies evenly as possible. Then any ally affected with 0 or fewer attack is destroyed. I do not like that. But what we can do, because it only has 1 health, we can use our armored tower to ping it before we put any allies out there. And so we can kind of negate that effect. Then we got a spell. So this is not a monster, but this is going to have an instant effect. Drop fruit. This says we can summon a roots token. Each monster in the front line gains +1 attack. Ooh. Okay. So roots are just 0/1. And then we're going to get +1 attack. Now, the difference between the filled in and the kind of clear, the clear are temporary. They will go away at the end of the round. So now, there we go. Gross. Now it is our turn to deal with all of this. I still think that I want to. Oh, no, yeah, I still think I want to strike over here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to exhaust, remove the counter here to deal a damage to the store spar, distribute 3 negative amongst allies as evenly as possible. We don't have allies. Maybe a bad place to be in the game, but we're fine. We destroyed that card, so we get to draw into the Dragonfly Shadow. This is a 1-cost unit. It's a 2/1. We can exhaust to assault 1. Assault is damage directly to the tower or to the portal. And then Dragonfly Shadow gains the damage. So you can shield them and stuff like that, but yeah. And then we're going to deal 1 damage to the roots here. The roots are probably going to be fine, but they have taunt, meaning that they're going to pull one of our allies, and we can't deal with that right now. These are token monsters, so we don't get to draw a card for the token monsters, sadly. Okay, but now we're going to spend 4 to play Master the Forge. When we play, I may discard a card to draw a card. I'm going to discard Boots of Flash to draw a Boots of Flash. There we go. Let's go. The best deal in the history of deals ever. And then we can exhaust, and we're going to reduce the cost of the next attachment you play this turn by 1. So we're going to spend 1 to play the Punisher Blade, which gives him +2 attack, and this ally and a monster within 1 lane may strike each other. I cannot engage, so we're just going to mill. I will say, doesn't the tower deal damage to 2 monsters? Yes, so I did the Store Spar and the Roots. So, yeah, I had 2 of them out. I could also hit one of the minions up here. but I wanted to not be taunted over here. Yeah, sweet. Okay. Oh, and don't forget to rotate this. We do get next round we are only summoning or we're summoning 0. So that's going to be that's our tempo time. That's our tempo time. Okay. Treachery. Okay, so we're going to get +1 attack here. So we're up to 3 attack. Left to right, this is undefended. So we're going to take 3 damage down to 14. And then we're going to resolve fight effects. This fight effect, we're going to strike this way. So we're going to take 3 damage onto our Master of the Forge, leaving him with 2. And then we're going to take out, yeah, because we have 5. That's going to draw us a card. Another armored tower. I do believe that these are two of each card, except for like the legendaries. I think armored tower, maybe. It could be. I've never had 2 of the armored towers out. That could be a fun strategy. We'll see. Okay, and then we'll go across. No more. We'll go into the pillage phase. We're gonna go 5 again. This hurts. 2, 4, 5. Oh, we got rid of one of our big guys. It's a 10 cost, which is the most mana you can have. He's an 8/8 with trample and heroic too. Villain Theory. No idea what I'm looking at, but I love the art choices. Even just the way the cards are laid out and the backs are awesome. Yeah, the art is really cool. And yeah, this game is. I think I actually do attack here now that I'm thinking about it. Smash. Yeah, the guy's flavor text, just smash. Yeah. No. Villain, I don't know when you hopped on, but I was saying like that I got this game this week and I played it 6 times yesterday. I I mean like some of the like I think my average playtime right now is 19 minutes. It's snappy. It's so quick to set up, so quick it's nice. So the fight action I did that and then I also get to go here. So that's going to be 5 damage onto the portal. Yeah. No, I saw there was a couple of people playing it at Con of Heroes a couple years ago and it looked really interesting. And so I'm really happy to try it. It's a good time. It's a good time. I haven't even gotten into the deck building, but it seems like the deck building is pretty cool because you can choose like it tells you like the castle that you pick tells you what rarity and what factions you can choose of those. So you can have maximum 2 legendaries with this tower from the red faction. And so like this Horde Crusher is a mythic, so it's black down here, and it uses a lot of TCG terms, but it's not a TCG. um, so okay, so we have 5 damage there. At the top of the round, we're gonna gain mana, which is 4. I need. We are also playing not on the easiest mode, but on the recommended starting difficulty. I will say that I played a couple of other ones and it's I don't know if I'm just bad at the game or what, but I was having a tough time with some of these. Okay. We have a couple of options here. Okay, so I'm thinking we could drop a second armored tower out here and we could start just doing multiple pings. I want to, being at 14 health, I want to be a little cognizant of how much we're damaging ourselves to get the benefit here. You're great at it. We'll just call those warm-up gains. Exactly. Now we're talking. We have the our ally here with heroic. I think I'm kind of leaning towards dropping this guy because I can then pull one of these minions and then pump him up to a 5 attack, which is pretty significant. I think regardless, I'm going to play the armored tower. because I want to see what happens. I just want to see what happens if we have 2 armored towers out on. We could use the 2 mana to get those, but I mean 4 damage is a lot of damage. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm okay, so I think I'm just going to let this attack go through. So we can push into the next stage of the portal. When we do that, we're gonna get our outsider, but we're also going to get more mana each round, which is gonna be able to pump up some more stuff. If we're gonna do that, let's go ahead and get. I'm gonna go 4 to grab this guy. So he's a 3/4 heroic 2. So if he's damaged, he's a 5/4. Let's go ahead and exhaust him to grab the Zephlite minions. I also need to stop the bleeding of the mill because that's I one of my first games. I think like I went 4 games without winning. The first like one that I was like I think I'm about to win, and then like I just like milled myself. I was like, dang it, no. um, we could exhaust to engage like the minions here. The problem is that if our treachery gives them a +1 attack, we're losing our Master of the Forge, and I don't want to lose our Master of the Forge. So I think we're gonna take some damage to our tower. So we're gonna exhaust both of these. We're gonna take 2 damage each, but then next turn we have a lot of ping damage, and so actually I can flip this. We're at 10 health now. Okay. Yeah. And don't forget to rotate. I will always remember to rotate this the following phase. Okay, we would have been fine. Each alliance player discards 1 attachment from their hand. That's the treachery effect. And so we have the Boots of Faith. We'll discard the Boots of Flesh. I cannot read. The Boots of Flesh. And then we are going to resolve combat. So we got 2 damage here. No fight. We got 2, and then we're going to deal 3 back. So there we go. We get to draw a card. The Blossoming Banner. Blossoming Banner. Attached ally gains heroic 1. So heroic values will stack. So if I attach this to someone with heroic 2 already, they would have heroic 3. An ally gains 1 temporary shield for each damage on it. Oh, dangerous. This is going to go through undefended, so we will go ahead and destroy this tower. So this flips over. Destroyed. Oh wait, nope, sorry. Destroyed. Reinforced 2. So I think it says set them aside. So I don't think we're gonna reinforce this one. I think that's also worse. So Grim rule. So we'll reinforce here and then reinforce there, and then place the outsider at the bottom of the outsider pile. Now we will summon everything in the outsider pile during the horde phase after we summon from the top of the deck. And then this flips over. Now we get 6 mana every round. So that's cool. Okay. No more combat. So we're going to pillage 5 again. Make it stop. 2, 4, 5. No, we lost. We lost one of our mythic. That's it. I like this guy. He's a 7 cost, armor 2. But we can exhaust and discard cards to just deal 2 damage. And so you can hit these minions when they're like in the back row. It's, yeah. We have some cards, but we need to stop the bleeding at some point. So there we go. That's everything. So we're gonna stand up. We're going to gain 6 mana. We have so much money. And we're gonna summon 2. The Shrew Maiden. The ally on fight, the ally engaged with the Shrub Maiden gains -1 attack per minute. Then, if that ally has 0 or fewer attack, it is destroyed. And then, if it's not engaged, it'll pull, because with the taunt. The second one is another Shrub Maiden. Yikes! At least they have 0 attack. and then we will summon the monolith, or the purple circle, the epic monster. So we'll summon all the cards in the outsider pile afterwards. So I think in this is kind of the one of the more straightforward outsiders to play, but I think that there are outsiders that add things to the outsider pile, and so you just like flood the field with outsiders. Yeah, dangerous. Okay, this has armor 1. That's gonna get 1 armor here, and then this is every single round it'll block 1 damage. I Okay. I think. Okay. Well, we don't have any card draw. Um, at least we can spend 2, and we'll max out next turn. Let's start out. Let's go ahead and go. Let's use this one. Let's ping here and here, and then we'll use this one, and we'll ping here and here. That's going to give us 2 cards and drop our pillage value down to 1. So Shrine. So this is another one of our towers. It gains 2 health when entering play. Then we can exhaust, remove a health, search the top 6 cards for an attachment, and draw it. Then we got another one. Alrighty. I'm a little concerned with how many towers we have. So I don't think I'm actually going to play these. Okay. We do want to start assaulting here. So I think what we're going to do, we have a 5 attack here. We have a 5 attack here as well. Let's go ahead and we have 2 health and 2 healths. Everything's kind of the same, right? Handle my first Spirit Island and Night of Skytear. Nelson, you play the best and all of my favorite games. Nice, that's awesome. I'm having so much fun with this game. Nice. Do you have a favorite faction? Because I've only played the blue and the red faction so far, but I'm having a ton of fun with this. Let's go ahead and exhaust to move here. Now we have to fill this lane because the Shrub Maiden will taunt, and so we'll spend 1 to drop a Dragonfly Shadow here. We are going to spend 1 to drop a Blossoming Banner here. So we get Heroic 1. So now we are at a 6 attack, and play, and ally gains 1 temporary shield for every damage it has on it. 1. As per usual, I net deck. Nice. Yeah, I'm just playing pre-cons right now. But the deck building seems super intense and super fun. Alrighty, there we go. Whew. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna boost over here, and then we're gonna resolve the attack. So right here, we'll do the monster fight. Blossoming Banner made me think of a very feminine Hulk. That's funny. Is this functionally an LCG? Yes. Yes. Yeah, functionally yet not legally, as we like to say. But yes, you're buying packs where you know exactly what packs are coming in, and exactly what cards are coming in it. So yeah. This game is fun. Had to sell it as I can't balance playing this plus Champions and other TCGs. Totally fair. There's a lot of games out there. But yeah, I'm having a ton of fun with the game. Okay, sweet. There is a DB for Skytear. I keep calling it Skytear. I've called it Skytear my entire life until I realized it's Skytear. So Skytear DB. Nice. So the fight here, we're going to get a permanent -1 attack. Okay. And then we'll deal damage. So we have 5 -1, so 4, which will kill the Shrub Maiden. We get to draw a card. Oh, ooh. So this is a 3/5. He has Heroic X, where X is the number of damage on it with Trample. Holy cow, let's go. Isn't there a new expansion for this game this year? Yes. So I think actually technically the Monolith, which is what I'm playing right now, it's a standalone expansion with updated rules. I believe that this was published in 24 when I looked at it on BGG, but also they are on crowdfunding right now for a campaign version, which has the ability to do campaigns, but also just more stuff. Okay. We'll go here. We get a -1. And then we'll deal, oh, that's a plus, -1. We'll deal 1 damage there. And then we have, geez, we have 3, 5, 6. So the shield will take 1, 5 damage will go through. Now this has 9 health, and this is our victory condition. If we can defeat the purple circle, we win. Then nothing left. Okay. We're gonna pillage. We just pillaged 1. There we go. We'll unexhaust everything. Let no circle stand in your way, or square, or triangle. Exactly. Now we're talking. Okay. Top of the round, we're going to gain 6 money. Boom, all the way up. Now we can start using money to throw our armored towers. So, we're going to summon 1 card. We got the Pit Mouth. Uh-oh. Play fight. If there's no ally beneath Pit Mouth, remove the engaged ally from play and place it beneath Pit Mouth. So they're going to take our ally here. When we destroy, we're going to put it back, which honestly is not. Hope everyone in the chat is doing well. Yeah. I hope it's not the worst thing because we had 2 damage on him and a -1 permanent modifier. Those tokens go away. And so whenever we destroy this guy, if we destroy that guy, I guess, then we'll be fine. We're going to spend 5 to play. We'll go right here. The big boy. We're gonna exhaust, spend 1 to get a health token here. And we're going to exhaust and spend 1 to get another health token here. So next turn, we can spray some stuff. I'm okay with the pillage 1 at this point. The other option would be is I could play here. It'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Remember to rotate the phase after you're supposed to rotate. And here we go. We're going to get a boost. No, we're going to get an effect. Each alliance player discards 1 attachment from their hand. Ha, joke's on you. I just have towers. Okay. So fight. If there is no ally, there is an ally. So we will go into dealing damage. We're going to deal 3 damage here. And then we're going to take 1 damage, which means that now we have 4 attack because we have Heroic X, where X is the number of damage. I like this guy. I don't think I've actually seen him before. I've always milled him away. Okay. Fight. This guy is actually going to lose a second, and then it's destroyed. Go over there. Until yesterday, all of my tokens were on the right side of me, so I keep trying to put my tokens back over here when I moved them over here. And then here, this should have refreshed. These should be gone. But we are going to attack for 5, which will be enough to take him out. And that's game. It's super quick. It's snappy. I mean, like, explaining the game, starting the stream, we're at 46 minutes. It's very quick. It feels like I saw a lot of people describe it as like a palate cleanser, like a game that you can like easily just crank through a lot of games. 100% agree with that. So that is Skytear Horde. We're gonna play another game because why not, right? And so I guess if there's anybody in the chat who knows of a faction that I should play, I've played the blue. There's a lot of playthroughs of the blue. I'm kind of thinking yellow. It seems really fun. Very satisfying interactions. 100%. Yeah. Oh, sweet. Excited to see a full game. Heck yeah. Yeah. So I'm kind of thinking yellow. I don't actually even really know what they all do. I know the blue had a lot of healing. I played like half a game with the blue. Yellow or green? I want someone to make a decision. Yellow is in one of the mini expansions where green comes in the base game. So the enemies on the line damage your tower while those not mills you. Yes. Yeah, so at the end of the round, any enemy up here mills based off their attack. And all of these minions get +1 attack for every damage or every health that they have. And so at the start of the game, I was milling like 5, and that is one of our loss conditions. If we hit 0 cards in our deck, we're good. Always assume yellow is justice and green is protection and how they function, which means you're legally obligated to go protection. Alrighty, well that's easy. um, yeah, and you'll deal damage to an engaged. So if they're in the same lane, if they're not, they will just attack the tower directly, and you lose. Okay, so green. First things first, we have to choose a tower. Oh, green seems like it's going to be all about towers. Actually, that's really hype because I like the tower mechanic. So this one says we can exhaust the castle to ready a tower, or the underworld gateways. We can exhaust, discard a tower from hand, and play its mana cost. Summon a troop token with the attack. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go with exhausting and readying towers. That seems kind of fun. Yeah, we're not gonna read the cards. We're gonna go into it blind and see what happens. We're gonna reset this. So our portal starts here. We might as well change everything up, right? So we can see a ton of new stuff. There. Okay. So we have okay. Also, one of the other things is how you can adjust difficulty. The icons down here where like the rarity is, this white token where my pinky is. When you're setting up the game, the book has a difficulty chart and tells you how many of each one to grab. So we just played level 2, and so that's how you're going to determine. So all of these purples are like really nasty minions. So like when you destroy this monster, this is from the same encounter set. When you destroy this monster, you attach it to the engaged ally, and then every time they fight, they get -1 health. And so it's like a slow ping of poison. Ugh, that's mean. Um, hmm. Let's try a different outsider. Let's try this one. So other horde cards are summoned concealed. Concealed, I will read. I did read this one yesterday, but concealed is concealed monster is a face down horde card in a lane that is considered a monster token with 1 health, 0 attack. At the end of the alliance phase, all concealed cards in the lane are revealed from left to right. To reveal a concealed monster, flip it face up and summon it in that lane. If an ability either from an alliance or horde would affect a concealed monster, reveal the concealed monster. Then if the card was a monster, resolve the effect on the monster instead. Uh, if the concealed monster was a spell or attachment, resolve the effect as much as possible. Monsters with attachments or tokens on them cannot be concealed. So it's kind of like a subterfuge. We don't necessarily know what's going on, but this is the Damsel of Silence. Um, No, I played them. I did not. I did not enjoy playing them last time. Um, Good. The Undead Army. What's the yeah? Let's try the Undead Army. I think this one is actually from one of the mini expansions. So we're just taking out all the cards that are the difficulty that we want to play. Oh, oops. So the encounter icon is up here in the top right. So I'm trying to grab the correct ones there. That should be, that's not 18 cards. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, that's all. There's a lot of modularity and content in this game. Um huh. Oh, there are more outsiders here. That's cool. All right, let's okay, we can go here. I was getting rolled on with this modular encounter set, but let's see what happens. This one is, I think, the one that they recommend. It just puts so much pressure on you. It's insane. Okay, so start of the game, we're going to add 1 health to each one of these minions. You're warmed up now. You got this. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Shuffle this guy up. Other Horde unit cards are summoned concealed. And then when this is in play, when our outsider is in play, monsters cannot gain damage during the alliance phase. Okay. And then barrier. I wonder what barrier is. That's a new keyword for me. Barrier. A card with barrier and no damage tokens would gain any amount of damage. Put a single damage on that card instead. Ooh. So the first time you're just going to deal 1 damage to it. That's mean. All right. Then we're going to learn the faction together. What's nice, what's really nice about this is the purple circle that we were fighting. It puts a lot of pressure on the mill because the setup was to add more health to the minions, and so not having that is nice. Now the conceal could be mean, but we'll see. Oh, and this one actually has attack because our purple circle didn't have any attack. This one has 4. But the deck actually applies a lot of pressure up here, sadly. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. 2, 4, 5. I don't know any of these cards. So we got unburial rights. After a minion is destroyed, exhaust this. This is one of the towers. Unburial rights gains 1 health. We can remove X health to summon a troop unit with play, repeat X times, mutiform 1. Mutiform. Repeat X times, put a +1/+1 on the card. Each time you can choose a different type. So summon a troop unit with play, repeat X times. So if we remove 1, we'll mutiform 1. If we remove a couple, that's cool. On a play, a monster gains -2 attack. That's temporary attack. So that's nice. Play, reveal 1 fewer treachery cards this turn. That's nice. That's those boost cards. After a minion is destroyed, a monster in the front line gains -1 health, -1 attack. Fight Gorilla 1. Gorilla is a new keyword for me as well, which is not in here. Oh, just kidding. Remove X health tokens from a minion, either in the front or back line. Armor does not prevent this effect. So it's additional health tokens. That's cool. And then a Haunted Ruins. Play. Haunted Ruins gains 3 health. Remove a health gorilla 1. So we'll remove. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's really, really cool. Okay, so I think I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of here. I really want to play these towers, but we're only going to have 4 mana at the beginning. Also, I really like the mornings. So let's go. Let's mulligan 3. We're going to get another mornings. A poisoned attack. Now this is a spell. We can play this in the treachery phase. That's what that little lightning bolt means. A non-outsider minion gains -1 temporary attack. Then it gains -1 health for each -1 temporary attack on it. That's nice. And then we've got a Tunnel to the Ancients. Play, this is another tower. It gains 3. Remove 1 to summon an exhausted troop unit with play Mutaform 1. Very cool. Okay, so yeah, we're all about towers, and we can exhaust to ready a tower. So that's cool. The problem with the troop tokens coming in exhausted is we can't use their ability to like engage anything, but we can start building up a battlefield. Oh, and we're not gonna know. We're gonna be very reactive in this game. So set 1 or start 1, we're gonna get 4 mana. We're going to summon their summon concealed, and we're gonna remember to rotate. It's alliance phase now. Okay. Hmm. We could go with the mornings and engage here. We could also drop the Tunnel of the Ancients. We can summon an exhausted troop unit with Mutaform 1. We can do that twice, actually. I feel like that's a nice tempo. That would leave us with 1, so we go up to 5 next turn, which means that we probably wouldn't. Yeah, we'll try it. Let's drop this over here. It's going to come in with 3 basically uses. That's going to cost us 3. We'll go down to 1. So I was talking about the playmat earlier. The playmat has like the distinct spots here, and then it has like a little, like you would slide it up and down for exhausted and ready. And so I was like, ooh, I'm eyeing that playmat now. Okay, so we got Tunnel of the Ancients. We're going to exhaust, remove 1, and we're going to summon a troop unit, which is an exhausted troop unit, and we are going to make sure that Mutaform is it's a permanent +1 attack, so that's cool. Nice. So it's a +1 and a permanent +1 attack. So now it's a 2/2. We're going to exhaust our tower. We're going to ready, and we're going to exhaust again to do the same thing. So it is exhausted, and I believe we can choose. Oh, it's or a +1. It's or a +1. We'll go with the attack. We'll go or attack here. I feel like the troop units. I am not super invested in keeping them around. Okay, at the end of the alliance phase is when we're going to reveal concealed cards. So this is a monster. It gains +1 attack. On fight, the Zephyr minions gain +1 health and will charge right. This has armor 1, so get +1 armor there. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to fight. We have 0 attack, but the fight does go here. So the Zephyr minions here get +1 health, and then they're going to charge right. Charge says move to the furthest of that direction, which is tough. It's not attacking the tower, but it will hit our castle. Then we're going to fight. So we have 2 attack, 1, 1, just like that. We're going to attack the portal directly. So we're going to get 2 here. And then over here, our castle is going to get hit for 2, down to 8. So there you go. Pillage. During the pillage phase, all the pillagers will move back to the back row, but that is after they pillage. And so we'll lose 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Unexhaust everything. This goes back to the top row. And we're here. We're going to get 4 money. Take us to 5. The armor saves there. Or refreshes there. Hmm. I'm thinking about throwing this morning out here and pulling, giving these minions -2, then pulling them down. So we're not going to get. Oh, but they're going to charge all the way to the right. And so, shoot. Uh oh. Yeah, so they're going to get 3 attack. Uh, what was Gorilla 1? We remove 1. Gorilla 1 is remove, health tokens. That could be nice because we could grab one of these guys. Does it have to be in the front line? In the either the front or the back line. Ooh, that's nice. That's really really nice. Let's go ahead and spend 2. We'll drop down to 3. We're gonna play the Haunted Ruins here. I think the problem with all the towers is that it's really blocking where I can challenge monsters. This is gonna come in with 3. We'll go ahead and remove 1. We're going to remove 1 health token from these minions, which will draw us. I didn't summon cards. It's going to draw us here. Ooh, this is one of our heroic allies. 4/3. You may place the engaged non-epic monster on top of the outsider pile on a fight, so it just deletes and then he will swing through. That's cool. That's really really cool. I do only have 3 money left. I will be getting. I will be getting 4, so I would go up to 7. So I might as well play non-outsider minion gains -1. Hmm. Let's go ahead and go here. So, actually, for towers, do they get discarded? I assume that they get discarded whenever I lose my. I should know this. I apologize. I have not played a ton with towers, but I think, and if someone knows in the chat, that would be great. I assume we get rid of towers once they run out of um, uses. Make a lot of sense if we did. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna say we do. Um, if someone knows, let me know. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say that we resolve the effect, so I can't put the troop unit there, but we'll put the troop unit right here. We'll give it a +1 attack, and then we'll discard. Let's go ahead and exhaust to ready this tower. We'll exhaust the tower to take this guy out. We'll draw a card. Crazed Summoner. Exhaust reinforce 3 and choose exactly 4 cards from your discard pile. Play a random card from the 4 chosen cards without paying its mana cost. Reinforce 3 means that we're going to be adding more tokens up here. That's cool. That's like really thematic. It's a, kind of like bringing back things back from the discard. That's cool. Huh. That's really fun. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2. I guess we can play this during the treachery phase. So let's go ahead and end our turn. So we're going to flip here, fight, pillage a card, and then these minions get +1. Uh-oh, I was at 3, right? Yeah. Then we've got a stone bombs. Oh, these minions gain 3 health. Attach them. Then they gain pillage. This pillages 3 cards and gains -1 health. And so right now it's pillaging 6 cards. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And this is where I started to run into some issues on my first couple playthroughs. Okay. Now we're gonna do this. Let's go ahead and spend 2 because we can play this with that little lightning bolt during the treachery phase. So, a non-outsider monster gains -1, and then it gains, gains -1 attack. It is a temporary -1 attack. We're gonna go here. Then we're going to, it takes 1 damage there. The reason being is this is gonna come and attack our castle, so we might as well get the temporary -1 there. Okay. We're at least summoning 0 next turn, so we can take care of these guys. Okay. Fight here. These minions are going to get +1. And they're going to charge right. Then we're going to fight. So we have 2, 1 here. This guy dies. That's nice. Stop them boosting. Since we did defeat the enemy, we get to draw into an unburied rights. After this is a tower. After a minion is destroyed, they get +1. Then we can summon a troop unit with the mutaform. So the reanimation type thing. Pillage a card on fight. We got we lost the haunted ruins, and then these minions gain +1. Yikes, team. Oof. These also have the ability that if they have 4 or more attack, they gain trample. And so now that we have 4 attack here, we have to figure out how to not do that. 0, we deal 2 damage here. 2 damage, undefended, here. Then 1 damage because of this -1, undefended to the castle. Okay. Pillage! We're in a lot of trouble. So we're pillaging 1, 5, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, not being able to react to this card coming out and engaging, because if you can engage it, then you can kind of deal with it. Not being able to react to that is very sad. Yeah. Okay. Then this guy's going to go back. We're going to remove all of the temporary tokens, unexhaust everything, and we are back in it. We're going to get 4 mana. I'm going to summon 0, which is so very nice. And we're going to rotate. It should be noted that whenever you push the portal into the next stage, you're going to go to its upright position, which on stage 2, you'll reveal 2 cards. Okay. I'm thinking about dropping the mornings and then giving -2 attack here. And so that'd be a 2, and then engaging with the mornings so that we could hit there. And I think I will also grab and drop the Unburial Rights, because after a minion is destroyed, we get +1, and then we can summon a ton of troops. And so I think we're going to be able to at least destroy this minion, potentially these other 2 minions, because I think I'm just going to start engaging so I can stop the pillage, just like monstrosity that's happening. I think that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and we're going to spend 1. Oh, we only have 4. I thought we had... Did I only have 4? I thought I had 5. I had 5, right? I did have 5. I'm pretty sure I had 5. If not, I need the help. We're going to spend 1 to play the unburial rights. I'm gonna go here because everything keeps charging right, and so I'm gonna leave this lane open so that I can actually assault there. So after a minion is destroyed, it gains +1. Let's go ahead and exhaust. We're gonna remove this to Gorilla 1 and hit here. So these minions are destroyed. We get to draw a card, and then we get to get one here. I think I'm actually going to hang out because I want to get a crazy strong troop minion. So we could exhaust this, but I think I can actually mess with some of these other minions as well. We got Tunnel to the Ancients. Okay, so it's the exhausted troop minion summon. Okay, let's go ahead and spend the 4 to play Morning. Play, a monster gets -2 temporary attack. We're going to go here. We're going to go ahead and exhaust to engage here. Okay. We're going to exhaust to engage here. That's a nice little trade, right? Because damage is done simultaneously. We will trade. So that's nice. And then we'll have 3 here for the unburied, right? So we can create some I really like the green faction. This is fun. Okay. And we've got 2 going through, which will put it at lethal. Interesting. So we are going to be pushing this round. Huh. Treachery phase, we've got +1 attack over here. That is totally fine for me because he was not surviving the attack regardless. We'll go here. No fight abilities. We will trade. Put another token here. That goes there. The troop guy dies here. Then we get to draw a card, which is a Rebirth Disciple. After a minion is destroyed, a monster in the front line gains -1/-1. Fight Gorilla 1. That's cool. So you're kind of more ping damage there. That's cool. So fight, pillage a card. Oh shoot, they're gonna get +1. I don't think I took that into consideration. Bummer. Oops. Okay. And then we'll deal 2 damage here. The unburied monolith will get destroyed. We'll draw a card. A howling monolith. Oh wait, that's not the card. That's not my card. Another crazed summoner. Our hand size is 7, so we're at 6. Okay. We'll go 2 here, which will push this. Reinforce 2 and place the outsider at the bottom of the outsider pile. So we'll reinforce here and here. I think that is maybe my biggest question coming out of this gameplay. It says to set these aside out of play when they're destroyed, and then I think they could add it back. And so I don't believe that they could be reinforced, but that is something that I'll look at the end. Okay, then we're resolving 2 cards, and we're getting 6 mana now. So feeling good. And then if we destroy this, we can progress into stage 3 and then stage 4, and we get a benefit every single time we destroy one. So this one is when we destroy this, draw a card, and then we get to put 4 cards back onto our deck. We rebuild 4. Okay. No fight here, but this does have a total of 3 attack. It does have trample, but luckily we have 3. I thought I was going to survive, but I forgot that we were going to get the +1 fight there. Oops. So we'll deal 4 damage to it, and it will destroy us here. Okay. We will pillage 2. And they will go back to... We actually still may pillage 3. I think actually we do. Let me read the pillage effect. Pillage abilities on a card in the back line trigger at the first step of the pillage phase. So no, since they are not on, they're on the front phase, or they're on the front line, so they will not actually pillage. No. Which is not great. Man, I really wanted to take them out. That would have been super nice. Alrighty, so we get 6 money, so that's nice. We're actually doing really nice with our health. This is one of those games where, in most games, right, you can think of health as a resource. This one very much, you're like, okay, I can just let that threat go. Summon 2 face down. Then we will summon the outsider. Rotate. So here we go. Monsters cannot gain minus attack during the alliance phase. Barrier, meaning that if it does not have damage, the first instance of damage only does 1 damage regardless of how much it is, which is nice because we just have a troop token here. So we'll trade here, and then we'll open this slot up for something really big that we can really attack the Damsel of Silence. I'm thinking, oh, this guy's gone. I'm thinking that we could. Do we want to go? How how confident are we feeling? Is there a way that we could take out? No, we can't. Monsters can't gain damage during. So I think we just go with that. Okay. We do have 6. These are temporary. They go away. Um, I think I want to get a summoner out at some point. Being able to choose cards and play them for free seems pretty good, but I don't want to. I think my lost condition at this point is a mill, and so we would be milling 3 extra cards every single round unless we can figure it out on how to not let them do that. Yeah, these coming in concealed is tough. These coming in concealed, there's no way that you can react to them. Okay, so monster gains -2 attack. I may go 4, drop this down to 2. After a minion is destroyed, a monster in the front line gains. Oh, that's actually really nice. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna spend 3 to play the Rebirth Disciple. So after a minion is destroyed, a monster in the front line gains -1 attack and -1 health. Gorilla 1. Um, so we can fight Gorilla 1 after a minion is destroyed, a monster in the front line, so we can give minus to whatever. That's a cool card because the Gorilla 1 on fight, I can ping here. That's pretty cool. We do have 3 money left. Let's go ahead and just summon here. We're going to exhaust. We're going to summon a troop unit with trying to think. Do I want? I think we'll just go +1 attack, +1 attack. So we have a 3-1. We could trade pretty easily with here. But if we're gonna trade, we could go 2 health and we could keep him around. But honestly, a 1-3 feels like he's just clogging a lane rather than he's actually like doing anything super beneficial. So I think I'm gonna go 2 attack and potentially leave that open. I'm actually gonna summon it here just in case we get anything that charges right. And then we can yeah, so if we get something that charges right, we'll be fine. And then if we don't, we're attacking the tower and we can shuffle cards back in. I'm happy with that. This is unexhausted. And we are going to float 3 resources, I think. Yeah, I think we're going to float 3. Yep. Okay. Spell. The Yintarn minions gain 2 health. I guess I could have engaged something. Would that have been smart? I guess I'm past. Okay, so they get 2 health. and 1 permanent shield. Now the tokens do go away when we defeat them, but it's annoying. Then we've got play. The minions, the Yentar minions. Oh geez, get 3, 2 attack, and charge the strongest ally. Strongest, I assume, is attack. Highest attack, yep. Okay, so it's charging here. Oh no! So it's 3 attack. We're about to get. Okay, so that whole our tower is probably safe. Yeah, I don't think it is. Because now it has a 7 attack with overkill. We only have 1, so we're doing 6 damage to the tower. Yikes! Alrighty, well that's fun. That's really cool. Yikes. Okay. We are going to fight. Fight Gorilla 1. Um After a minion is, we're gonna just hit here. It's going to clear that. We're gonna draw a card. Then we're gonna give a -1 temporary attack and -1 health, which actually just knocks the shield. Oh, we're gonna go 2 directly into the portal here. Monsters cannot gain, which I don't think I did. Yeah. So we're gonna deal 2 damage, but it does have barriers, so it's gonna take 1, and then it's gonna completely obliterate our troop unit. It's gonna be fine. It's fine, team. We're fine. I'm okay. And then, yeah, yeah. Okay. So damage is done simultaneously, which is nice. So we'll deal 3 damage here. And then we had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. So 5 damage to our tower. And then this troop unit is no longer around. Ooh. Well, that's fun. Okay. Pillage phase will pillage 2. And then we will send this guy back, remove temporary tattoos. Okay, he's not actually too scary anymore. He does not have trample anymore, so I think we can mitigate that. But I mean, now because this barrier, the barrier is now turned off. So if we can just like throw a ton of damage at it, now we're feeling pretty good. After a minion is destroyed, we did destroy a minion last time. I like the green. The green is fun. I like the tower mechanics. We're gonna get 6 money, go up to 8. Summon 1. Rotate. Remember to rotate. Um, we're gonna go. Oops, hold on. We're at 2. We're gonna go to 9. We're gonna spend 4. We go down to 5. We're gonna play mornings. Monster gains -2 temporary attack. So we got -1, -1. Okay. So we'll survive this initial attack. Assuming that he doesn't get boosted. Which we could actually prevent that from getting boosted. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Okay, okay. Sweet. Now look at this. We're gonna do remove any number of health from your allies. The engaged monster gains. Huh, that's cool. -2. -2. Oh. Okay. Let's go ahead and spend 4. We're gonna go down to 1. We're gonna play the Zarkol. We're going to exhaust the Zarkol to engage here. We're going to exhaust the troop to engage here. So now this epic monster, the outsider here, it cannot be boosted, right? Because it's neither the furthest left or the furthest right. And so we guarantee that we're at least going to hit twice with our mornings. We do have 1 left. I think we're going. Let's go ahead and just summon the tribesmen. We can exhaust to reinforce 3, which would go up here, which would mill more. Oh, we don't have. We don't have. I guess if we have any cards that are not allies or towers, which is not all of. Oh, there's a spell. There's one. There's an attachment. There's a spell. There's a spell. Okay, so we could play it, because like we don't have any open slots, so I don't want to like. We're just gonna reinforce next turn. It'll be fine. Cool. Ending the phase, we've got fight. The Onikai minions gain +1 health and charge right. So these are gonna charge all the way over here. Take out my summoner. Dang it. That's fine. I'm protecting my castle's health. Okay. Fight. We're gonna get +1 here. So we're gonna go up to 3 health, and then they're going to charge right. Then we are going to deal Gorilla 1. Oh wait, let me do this first. Deal 1 damage to the castle. Okay. So Gorilla 1. That's supposed to be a minus. Gorilla 1. I can't. There's nothing to destroy, but that would be a good combo here with the Crazed Summoner because you have to reinforce. And so I would have a minion with 1 health, which means that I could trigger the Gorilla 1 here. That would have been cool. That would have been the right way to play this. I'm just gonna go ahead and deal the damage to. That's gonna be fine. I'm gonna deal the damage here. Just take it down to 2. Okay. Then damage is done simultaneously, so we got 1 damage here and 1 damage here. We actually could have done the gorilla here. We could do that next turn, just so that they trade. We've got 2 damage. Again, these are minuses here. Damage is dealt simultaneously, so we've got a monster gain, or 4. So we're down to -5, and then it's doing 2 back to us, which means that we get to survive the attack. Woohoo! We've got a 2 attack here. -2. We survive that, and then 4. The shield takes 1. These 2 go. Oh, no, that's not right. We do destroy a minion. We got the counter here, and then we will draw into the Well of Talut. We can remove 1 search your top 6 cards for a tower. So it's kind of the very similar to the attachment one. Okay. Nope. And then this is going to hit us for 2. We'll hit it for 1. By Crazed Summoner. It was, and I didn't even open up a slot, so it's fine that the summoner is gone. I didn't have anything that I could have used for. We have no pillage. This will go back. Gotta run, but good luck. Alrighty, see you, villain. Thanks for hanging out. And these temporary tattoos go away. We're gonna stand up. We get 6. I'm gonna summon 2 concealed monsters. Let's go ahead and spend 2 to play the Dryad of Sorrow. Mutiform 2. I'm gonna go +2 health there. Okay. Honestly, I think that's kind of all we can do. But I think we have lethal here, depending on what all this happens. So at the end of the round, we're going to flip here. Uh, so it's a taunt, and then the Zaphlite minions gain +1. That's actually huge because our Rebirth Disciple can deal with that. Then we've got a fight, pillage a card, or this is a fight. And then the Radamil minions gain +1. Okay. If you ever run out of slots up here, you're going to put them in the outsider pile and they'll get summoned later. Rotate the time or the phase afterwards, and we're going to fight. Okay, so fight, the Onakai minions get +1 and charge right. Okay. Fight Gorilla 1. That didn't work out exactly how I wanted it to, but here we are. We'll go ahead and we'll do a damage here, and then these guys will trade. So 1-1. We'll take them out. It's gonna draw us a card into the Watcher. Ooh. Oh, this very much looks like the Watcher in the Water from Lord of the Rings. I love that. That's awesome. Fight. Destroy another ally. If you cannot, put the Watcher in the outsider pile. It is a monster without the ability for the remainder of the game. Oh, because it costs 0, so you have to destroy an ally. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Because now you can use like all your like towers to summon troops and just like knock them off, and then you have a 3/2. That's pretty. And it has barrier. That's cool. The Zaphlite minions gain +1. And then we're going to deal 2 damage here. And then we'll do 4 damage there, which will be lethal, and that is game. And that is Skytear. I've been having a lot of fun with this game. It's like the factions all feel super unique. I played 3 out of the 4 of the factions that I have right now, just in the precons. I have not played any of the or done any of the deck building stuff, but it does look like there's a Skytear DB, which I can just like with the deck building here. Like there just seems like some intense uh like deck building options. There's, modularity on both the outsider and the horde that you are fighting. Good stuff. So that's Skytear. I think we will probably do more of this on the channel. It Once we, kind of have what we're doing, it's a very, very quick game. So it may be just kind of one of those end of stream or like we have half an hour, we can probably knock out a game. And so plan on doing more. I may look and see what the campaign is doing on the crowdfunding campaign, but Skytear campaign looks pretty cool. So awesome. I am out next week. I am traveling next week, so I will not be here next week, but the following week we do have some streams coming up. Looking forward to those. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, fantastic week. If you're celebrating the holidays, or I said this in my last video, regardless of if you're celebrating the holidays or not, stay safe. I hope you all have a fantastic time, and we'll see you around. Peace.